Hey, student, we are back again with one more podcast for one of our esteemed partner University of Nebraska Omaha. We would like to welcome two of our esteemed guests at our office. Welcome Peter Walcott, sir, who is a chair of Information System and Quantitative Analysis from College of Information and Technology at University of Nebraska Omaha, and Arhant Shah, who is a sales manager of West India from Study Group. Welcome both of you, sir.
Thank you.
Today I have got a couple of questions for you to ask and which might be of helpful to our prospective students. First question is for you, Peter. Can you briefly introduce University of Nebraska Omaha in terms of history, location, ranking, etc.?
Sure. University of Nebraska at Omaha was founded in 1908, so we have over a 100-year history. It is currently one of four campuses that make up the University of Nebraska system in the state of Nebraska. So we are located right in the middle of the country. If you open up a map of the United States, we are right on the crease in the middle. We are what we call a metropolitan university, which means that we see as part of our mission engagement with our local community. And in fact, one interesting note about the University of Nebraska at Omaha is that one of our newest buildings on campus is dedicated to community engagement, to making partnerships between the campus and our local community, nonprofits, corporations, and this engagement flows through everything that we do. So, for example, all of our capstone courses involve student hands-on projects working for a client who is outside of the university. And so it's a real world problem. It's not a problem just created by the instructor. Omaha is also home to four headquarters of Fortune 500 companies. Fortune 500 companies are the 500 largest companies in America by revenue. And they represent transportation and logistics, insurance, IT, Fiserv, which is a company that is right across the parking lot from our building, handles 30% of the global Visa credit card transactions. And of course, Berkshire Hathaway with Warren Buffett, whom I think is known to your listeners. Warren Buffett lives a 10-minute walk from campus. He is in our neighborhood.
Oh, great.
He is one of our neighbors.
Which all programs are offered by University of Nebraska at Omaha at Bachelors and Masters level specifically for international students?
Well, all of our programs are available to international students, and we don't have time for me to list them all because the university offers over 200 different degrees. These are organized into 6 colleges, which include College of Business, College of Public Affairs and Community Service, which prepares students for work in government and nonprofits. There is Arts and Sciences, which has math and the sciences and foreign languages and so forth. There is a College of Education and College of Fine Arts as well, and College of Information Science and Technology. That is the college that I represent.
Correct. Arhant, can you explain what are the admission criteria for Bachelor's and Master's program offered at University of Nebraska at Omaha?
Sure. So at bachelor's level, we have College of Biology and Health Sciences, College of Information and Technology, and the College of Arts and Sciences. So all three have different criteria on GPA side. It's ranging from 2.0 to 2.5 at the GPA from out of 4. And if you talk about the English proficiency, it is all similar for all the three. For undergrads, we require 6.0 as IELTS, 61 in TOEFL, or else PT it is 44, and Duolingo it is 95 because required. So undergrads, we have kept it really reasonable for the students.
Absolutely.
Because we want the education to be accessible to almost everyone of them who actually needs that. And for graduate students, due to the competency in the courses, we have got IT courses more, the biology is more, bioinformatics, biomedical informatics are also there. So those courses have 3.0 as a GPA score, which is needed. And if you talk about the English proficiency, it is 6.5 in IELTS. PT, it would be 53. If you talk about Duolingo, it is 110 score, which is required. So that's about the entry criteria. Apart from that, we don't see any backlogs. Any number of years after you graduated, you can apply for post graduation. That's possible. Any interdisciplinary accessibility is there. Suppose you come from a business background, we want to join the management information system course, you're more than welcome. It's just that you should be motivated enough and you should have skills to get that, and you should have eagerness to learn more about it.
Correct. So, compared to other US universities, the English criteria, English language admission criteria for both bachelor's and master's looks pretty reasonable. That's what I believe. What is your saying on that?
Yeah, we have seen a lot of universities in that sake. The English criteria is not the only thing we want to see in the students,
Absolutely.
but also the learnings which they want to make it. And as Omaha as a city is more of community driven city, and I would say Nebraska is more of welcoming. That's in culture of Nebraska itself. So that is why I believe the requirements are not that stringent, and you're liberal enough for students who want to pursue their education further.
Correct. Peter, as you represent College of Information Science and Technology, which are the most attractive program in which you shown a great interest among Indian students at both bachelor's and master's level?
Yeah, so we offer quite a number of degree programs within our college. Computer science, cybersecurity, management information systems, IT innovation, bioinformatics, biomedical informatics. And while some programs have more students in them than others, I think a key point about our offerings is number one, that computing is not just computer science, right? There are many different ways to be involved in technology. Some involve programming and theory and algorithms and so forth, but others, like management information systems, involve working with technology in the context of an organization, helping to solve organizational problems, helping to bring value to the organization with the data that they have and they manage. On the health sciences side, we have bioinformatics and biomedical informatics. Those who have an interest in entrepreneurship might pursue the degree in IT innovation. To help them develop an idea that could potentially turn into a business. So there's a lot of ways that a person can choose to be involved with computing, depending on what their interests are. Not everybody has to be a programmer.
Correct.
And I would also, the second point that I would make about our programs is that they are, I'll call them porous. That means that if a student is in management information systems, but they want to take a cybersecurity course, please take a cybersecurity course. So students can choose to take courses from several different programs, even if their major is one program. And if they get started in one program and they decide that another program is more in alignment with their interests and their capabilities and personalities, they can switch. So they are not locked into one program. And I think that's one of the benefits of having so many different programs within the same college.
Got it. Arhant, can you explain the different kind of scholarships offered by University of Nebraska at Omaha to international students, or specifically, if any, for Indian students?
Yeah, sure. So there are a lot of scholarships available on basis of their academics, their oral profile, even on the basis of research assistantship or maybe graduate assistantship, the teachers assistantship. They can have multiple benefits of maybe free accommodation or maybe their tuition fees waived off, or maybe their food. So it depends on the negotiation skills the students have, but then there are benefits which they can get. And apart from that, on the very first go, they can have benefits up to $3,000. But then the fees of University of Nebraska itself is quite a low that they won't be needing a scholarship. That is what my point is. So the fees for graduates start from $18,000 and ends up at $90,000.
Oh,
So that's how affordable it is. And on bachelor's level, if I say, it starts from $20,000 and ends up at $22,000
you're right.
per annum. So merely there's very less scope of scholarship, but then they're pretty brilliant minds, and we would like to award them with a scholarship if they're eligible for.
Correct, correct. At the College of Information Science and Technology, which you represent, what are the special or dedicated resources offered to international students in terms of their teaching, or maybe an incubation center, maybe a specific designed laboratory, something like that?
So within our college, I would say even most of the students within our college are international students. So the whole program is set up so that it is welcoming to international students. There's a vibrant community there. At the University of Nebraska, at the campus level, there is a dedicated office for international programs that supports international students with all of the steps involved in the process of coming to the university. And all of the services, support services for any student are certainly available to international students. These include orientation, they include maybe mental health support services, academic services. All of these are very well developed at the University of Nebraska at Omaha, in part because of our student population. We have among our undergraduate population, 40% of the students are what we call first-generation students. That means that nobody in their family before them has gone to the university. And so often they come into the university not really understanding the culture of the university, the processes of the university, what the expectations are. And so our faculty and our staff and our support services have all been, we have this culture that we want to help specifically those kinds of students. And whether an international students, parents went to the university or not, coming to a new country and a new university there's going to be many differences.
Got it.
But it's in our culture to provide guidance to students to navigate through those differences.
Can you throw some light about the job prospects for students who complete their bachelor's or master's from College of Information Science and Technology at University of Nebraska Omaha?
Yeah, well, one of the reasons why Ford magazine rated Omaha as the #1 city in the country as a destination for young professionals was in part because of the low unemployment rate, the quality of life, the low cost of living. And so our students are quite in demand. And I mentioned these large Fortune 500 companies. They employ many of our students. And in fact, former students are now found at nearly all levels of management within those companies. So, for example, twice a year in the fall semester and in the spring semester, we have a career fair that is dedicated to companies seeking internships related to the technology fields. And we invite companies to come into our building. They set up booths in our corridors, and students walk by and they talk and they interact with these companies, to the point now where we are no longer permitted by the fire codes to host the fair in our building because there are so many companies and so many students that want to participate. So we've moved that to a nearby conference center where we can accommodate the demand. So it's very clear that companies are interested in our students. I would also say that our current dean, Marta Garcia Marillo, has made it one of her objectives that every student within our college have some practical work experience by the time that they graduate. So she has started a program called Learn and Earn, in which every year a student works towards employment within the field. So the first year there are organized field trips to companies where students can meet with corporate executives. They could see what life in the workplace is like. They could get a sense of what the expectations are. Then students may participate in projects that are under close supervision of faculty, and then they can engage in internships. And these are all paid internships. Okay, we don't like to see students do just volunteer work, even if they feel it's beneficial. We know the companies that are employing our students, and we know that they can afford to pay them, and they can pay them well. So internships are almost always earning more than the minimum wage, maybe $20 to $25 an hour, for up to the allowed 20 hours a week. And companies hire interns in part because they want to get very familiar with this individual, and if they like them, they will often offer them a full-time job after graduation.
Got it. Any data on the rate of employment or rate of graduation after they complete the study?
So it's I think, and I don't have the latest statistics from the most recent semesters, but my recollection is that within 6 months, probably at least 80% of the students are employed one way or the other, or good after graduate school. We have among our students many students who are already working professionals, and they come for their education. And so there's no placement per se for those students, but students are generally are able to find work quite quickly. Many of them find work in Omaha and stay in Omaha. I can hardly go downtown without encountering a former student of mine. And for students from India, I think they find that the community, the Indian community in Omaha is quite strong and quite welcoming, and it becomes a place where they enjoy being.
Correct. From our recent discussion and from this India trip, you must have observed that Nebraska is not really a famous state among Indian students. Can you explain what are the benefits, or why Indian students should select Nebraska State for their education to join different universities located within the state?
Yes. So the first point to make is that with an excellent education and low cost of education, the University of Nebraska provides a value that is highly competitive. Other institutions have maybe better brand recognition, but they also cost more. But we have faculty who are dedicated to providing exceptional education to all of the students. The second point is that Omaha is a city of about 1 million people, and so it is large enough to be really interesting, but small enough to be manageable. Good. So if you travel from one end of the city to another, it maybe takes you 20 minutes. It's a very clean city. It's a very green city. It's a very safe city. Statistics from this last year show that our crime rate has hit a 20-year low. And campus in particular is particularly safe. I mean, I already mentioned that Warren Buffett is our neighbor, right? So really there are no issues there. And then the opportunities that come about through the university's close collaboration and engagement with our community, including large major international corporations and smaller communities, provides opportunities for students to get that hands-on practical experience. And if they do an internship, it's a paid experience as well. So, what's not to like about Omaha? It's a hidden gem.
Good.
In fact, talking about safety, if you remember 9/11 attack, the President Bush, he found Nebraska to be the safest spot and he landed his aircraft there.
Good.
Yeah, at Air Force Base. Yes.
Okay. Very unique and very desperate question on behalf of our listeners or prospective students. What type of impact you are expecting for international students specifically after having new leadership or new president in place in USA?
New old leadership. That is the question that I wish I had a very clear answer to.
I know.
So the way I look at it, and this is just my opinion, and it might be
100%, yeah,
different from somebody else's opinion, but I feel that international students offer such a strength to the United States economy. These are highly skilled individuals. They when they get their education and they go into the workplace, they will make great contributions. They will provide innovation. They will provide engines for growth. They will pay their taxes. They will just contribute in so many ways to our economy. And I think it would be absolutely stupid of the administration to ignore that and really create problems in this area. So I am hopeful that we will continue to invite students pursuing higher education in the United States, and the University of Nebraska at Omaha is always ready and always has open doors to such students.
Arhant, what is your saying? Specifically, you were explaining me that this time after having Elon Musk as back of the new president, what is your saying on this point?
Yeah, so Elon Musk being one of the influentials to this government, which has been detected, surely he is immigrant friendly, India's friend to be specific. Where Trump also sounded to be India's friend some days ago, and then he loaded tariffs on us. So can't say at a go, but then what I feel is with students preparing thoroughly on their own, having their own crafted answers rather than just mugged up or AI-based answers to the visa interviews will surely get the visa success to a better ratio. And we at Study Group, we are specifically working on that part of area wherein we can guide students to prepare well on the student visa interview. And the success in the USA is something which even I think after new government will continue, is because there are illegal immigrants which are thrown out of the states. So there would be a space for legal immigrants to come in, and student immigrants are the best to have. They're new, they're innovative, they're actually wealth to a country.
Correct. Ready to adopt the changes, yeah.
That way, I believe it would be a positive one.
Correct. Hope so. Peter, any specific message or appeal you wanted to convey to our listeners or Indian students?
So, University of Nebraska, I have been employed at the same institution for 30 years. I grew up in New England, and then I moved to Nebraska when I received the job offer, and I have not left. So I think the quality of life is very high. The quality of education is very high. The community is strong, and you will find many opportunities and a low stress level in Omaha.
Correct. Well, I would like to thank you and Arhant both. Thank you for your time. Thank you for visiting us here and throwing up the lights and sharing your insights about the University of Nebraska Omaha and the latest features, specifically about the visa ratios and all. Thank you very much, both of you.
It's been a real pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.